What is going on, everybody out there in YouTube land? It's your boy once again, RDG Ricky, coming at you with another video. And before I get started with today's topic, I want to take a moment to be serious and really thank everybody so far that has subscribed. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. I sincerely like doing this. It's kind of a passion of mine. Sports are a big passion. I really like to just talk about sports in general. It doesn't really matter what it is. If it's sports, I am interested into it. So everybody so far that has given me any sorts of feedback, positive, negative, whatever it may be, I take it. I take it with pride. I take it in. I listen to what you guys tell me. So continue what you guys are doing. Keep communicating with me. Give me ideas. Trust me, half of the videos I've made have been on your guys' suggestions. I appreciate it. Love you guys. Thank you so much for all the support you guys have given me so far. Today's topic, I'm excited to talk about this. And I say it about a lot just because I get excited about talking about sports in general. It's exhilarating to me. I could do this all day, every day. As you guys know, it's still only January. But baseball season is fastly approaching as far as when pitchers and catchers report and everything. And I am just so excited. So without further ado, the topic of today's video is going to be the recent Hall of Fame inductees into the MLB. Now, I just can't even imagine the feeling of an individual, a sports individual, to be inducted into Hall of Fame and to be just absolutely just belong to an elite, exclusive, and well-deserving group of individuals that have over their career have achieved milestones that sometimes others have not. And it goes beyond that. It goes from the career statistics. It goes on to the person, the being as well, how they were, how they carried themselves, their professionalism. Everything goes into account when these guys will go in there into the Hall of Fame. It is the upper echelon. It is the best of the best. Some people that are in may be debatable, but to get in there, nonetheless, it has to be an impressive feat. I mean, just think about it, especially for the ones that have been on the ballot for a while. You know, the eligibility is up to 10 years, and after that, bye-bye. Anyhow, it is, especially like I said, for the ones that just are waiting. Can you just imagine, even if you may think you are not worthy of being in the Hall of Fame, which most probably that are thinking about it or have been considered probably think or believe they belong into the Hall of Fame. Just think about, this is what you work for. This is your hard work, your blood, sweat, and tears put into your craft over a long period of time. All the time they may have sacrificed from their family, from maybe other things they may have wanted to do, whatever it may be, all that hard work, and just to be recognized. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel, to be recognized. It's got to be a feeling unlike any other. You know what? It's got to be, and don't front out there to all you men. It's got to be almost like on par with your old lady just commending you for actually hitting the spot for once. I mean, listen, let's be honest, we don't always hit the spot. We try to do our best, guys. We work with what we got, right? Am I right? That's what we got to do, all right? So there's no more rewarding feeling than you knowing that you done right by your old lady. Now, I know it might seem a little weird to compare that, but to me, in the mind of Ricky, that's how I compare shit. So it's got to be, that's like an ultimate goal, man. I mean, it's like what you live for, man. All those years, yeah, you earned the money well, but at the end of the day, most players, most athletes, they want the recognition, they want some of the fame, and they just want to know that when they were done, they're all into it, and that somebody is going to just be able to see that and appreciate that. And like I said, what better way than to be nominated into the elite group of the Hall of Fame? Let's start off with Larry Walker. Larry Walker, this guy had a 17-year career. He finally got in. As a matter of fact, I was looking on Twitter. I believe it was Twitter. He put out he put out a status in which he firmly believed that he was going to fall short. Can you imagine how this man felt when the finalists, the final votes came out and he was recognized and he made it. He made it. Just imagine the feeling that went through this guy. Can you just picture that for 1 second? I mean, last year in your head, probably you're convinced, man, it's over with. After this, I have no more opportunity. But anyone that supported me, I appreciate. Just imagine. I mean, just me thinking about it, could make me get choked up. To be honest with you, it's got to be an incredible feeling. His career stats. He amassed 2,160 hits, 383 home runs with a .313 batting average. That is pretty good. I mean, that is solid. I mean, hitting .313 for a career over 17 years, I'd say the guy was deserving. I mean, there's a lot of guys that may have had similar stats that still aren't in the Hall of Fame, but like I said, there's a lot of factors that go into determining and persuading the voters into getting you in. I don't know a whole lot about Larry Walker, but from what I've read and from what I've seen, I think he's deserving. Canadian-born. Much love to Larry Walker. Congratulations on making it in. I remember when I was younger playing with you on video games. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know everything, but if I don't know it, I'm going to figure it out. So congratulations to him. Awesome for you to be in the Hall. Now, the moment that you guys, everyone in America should have been waiting for and should have seen coming, Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter. Who doesn't know Derek Jeter? Me as a Red Sox fan, as you can see, I know Derek Jeter well. I just do. Plays in the same division as the Boston Red Sox. I've seen that guy since I was young. Matter of fact, when I was little and I didn't know any better, I used to have a Derek Jeter bat. I used to love that bat. Then as I got older, I realized I don't like the Yankees. I'm a Red Sox fan. Obviously, I look back at it and it was blasphemy to have that shit in my hands. Derek Jeter, he was one vote away from being unanimous. For the ones that know, Mariano Rivera was the only guy to be unanimously voted into the Hall of Fame, and with good reason. The guy, as much as I hated him and I felt like, man, he had a nasty cutter, nasty pitches. The guy was super consistent, and he was the best closer to ever live. The guy deserved it. Matter of fact, when he retired, I felt that. As a Red Sox fan, I'll be lying to you if I didn't get a little emotional about it, because I did. I mean, he played against, the opposition, the rivalry, the big rivalry, Yankees-Red Sox rivalry. You always know there's beef there among the fans and among the teams. But you just can't help but appreciate greatness and appreciate what you see in there. I mean, there's no debating it. The guy was incredible. How many bats did he break throughout his career? It's like asking how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. The guy forever was consistent and was great, was always hard to hit off. Anyhow, back to Derek Jeter. He amounted 3,465 hits, 260 home runs with a .310 batting average. He was the only player to amass 3,000 hits, 250 plus home runs, 350 plus stolen bases, all while hitting over 300 for his career. Now, I will be the first to be honest with you guys. Some people might think I'm crazy, but it's the level of fan that I am. I am a dedicated fan. I am loyal to my squad. So yes, hate on it all you want. But to be honest with you, I cannot stand the Yankees. I cannot stand their fans. They're douchebags. They fall in line with the Steelers fans. Y'all are douchebags. Cowboys fans, you guys are douchebags. Let's just flaunt the rings in the faces. That's all they resort to when they have no backup or nothing else to say. I'm talking shit, but I'm being for real with it. And Yankees fans and all you fans that I mentioned, look at yourselves in the mirror and say that is not the argument you guys resort to at the end of the day when you guys got nothing else to say. When I bring up, especially, I love it, especially the Yankees fans, when I bring up, what have you guys done for me lately? All this talent, the greatness of the Yankees. There's no, hey, the best franchise ever in all of sports, hands down, the New York Yankees. There is no debating that. Tip of the cap to y'all. I admit it. Okay? They're the greatest. Doesn't mean the fans are. You guys are all a bunch of assholes. I know you guys should probably say the same about me as a Red Sox fan, but I'm cool and I'm at peace with telling you guys are dickheads. Fuck all of you. Anyhow, Derek Jeter is one guy that I can wholeheartedly say I respected that man always. I never had a bad thing to say about Derek Jeter. And you know why? Because he was the actual definition, and he should be the definition in the Webster's Dictionary of what is a true professional, a true athlete, a true adult, and a true role model. Anybody and everybody looked up to that man, including myself. He cared about his career. He cared about his career in a way that everybody should just follow suit. You know, all this new generation of loudmouths and obnoxious morons, it's okay to be there, but do things humble. Remember where you came from. Do what you gotta do, carry about your business, and the recognition will follow. Derek Jeter, you know, he was a great all-around player. He wasn't the greatest defensively, and sometimes he was a little bit boosted. Let's be honest. He was a little bit boosted. He wasn't the greatest player ever. So for the people that are just clamoring and beating on the drum of, oh my goodness, how the hell could he not be unanimous? Listen, I can see both sides of the fence. Right? It's not like we're talking about the greatest player of all time, because we are not talking about the greatest player. He is not the greatest player of all time, right? If we're talking about probably the nicest guy of all time, probably. The most humble, probably. But if we're talking about performance on the field, it was great, stand up, but he wasn't the best player overall. At the same time, I'm looking at it from the other side as well. For that last guy to not vote in Derek Jeter, I would like to know why. I mean, did you really think he wasn't deserving of being in the Hall of Fame? I mean, you can't tell me he doesn't check all the boxes, because he most certainly does. You know, he checks all the boxes and some. Matter of fact, I think he's in a category of his own. He checks his own box. The Jeter box. That sounds corny, but it's true. The guy is one of a kind. There will be no one ever like him ever again. The guy was a true professional on and off the field, the true captain of the Yankees forever, and still will be always remembered as the captain. The guy was amazing, okay? And that was another one. It was sad to see him go as well. I mean, just he's a big staple in the game, big figure, you know, pretty much partially the face of the MLB for many years in his prime. So yeah, I would like to know why. Maybe this writer should reveal himself, even though may not be very good for him. He's going to see a lot of scrutiny and criticism. But at the same time, I mean, us fans, as a fan, I have questions. Why? Why? I mean, what was your reasoning? That's all. I mean, if everybody and their mother except you, why? Was it just to be a hater, not make it unanimous? I'm genuinely curious. And it would be interesting to find out if anything does leak out about that. And Derek Jeter, one last thing on Derek Jeter. I was talking with my buddies about this. Derek Jeter, in my opinion, he suffered what I call the LeBron James syndrome. The man was so good for so long and so consistent, people slept on him. You sleep on him. And what happens is you sleep on that player. He could consistently be an all-star every year. But you know what? You're just so used to seeing that person be great that it's almost like a snooze fest for a while. LeBron James, I know it's a little off topic, but LeBron James, he could be the MVP every season. Let's be honest. Extremely consistent. One of the most consistent athletes of all time. But sometimes people sleep on him. And they overlook his achievements and what he does, so they really look at it. Now, let's talk about some of the close fringe players that were just about there. Some honorable mentions. Curt Schilling. I know Curt Schilling well. I recognize him. As a Red Sox fan, if you don't know Curt Schilling, you're not a real fan. He did great for the Boston Red Sox. Barry Bonds. Roger Clemens. Curt Schilling was pretty close. He was in the 70th percentile there. Look to see to maybe him make it in next year. I think he is if you look at the numbers speak for themselves. I believe that he does belong in the Hall of Fame. Now, this leads me to one last segment, which I would like to make a future video on this because there is so much to talk about and so much things to dispute. Let's talk about the last two I mentioned, when Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens. Now, a lot of people, and I think I will be in the minority here when I say these guys belong in the Hall of Fame. Any of these other guys as well that either got caught with the steroids, call them tainted, call them what you want. Pete Rose, I know what he did, but ladies and gentlemen, seriously, what are we gonna do? It's almost like this cheating scandal that occurred with the stealing of the signs. Are we just supposed to ignore history? It's like us pretending and being ignorant to the fact that the Holocaust occurred. It's like us being ignorant to the fact that we were involved in world wars back in the 40s, back when our grandfathers and grandparents and great-grandparents were alive. It's like pretending the Titanic never sank. Okay? These guys played the game. Whether they juiced or not, those stats are real. Tainted or not, they're real. It happened. Let's just not close our eyes and just pretend like, oh my God, it's a bad dream. It's all going to go away. No. These guys deserve recognition for what they have done. Barry Bonds, I remember when he hit that 756 home run, how amazing that was. I remember it like it was yesterday. We're in a hotel room. I believe I was with my brother's travel team. We were watching the game. And when he hit that home run, we were just all bursting in excitement. It's a great feat. It's a great accomplishment. These guys had remarkable careers, regardless of what they did. It's time, I think, for us to start being a little bit less ignorant, and let's be more open to the idea of allowing these guys to be in the Hall of Fame. Look at Alex Rodriguez. As much as I couldn't stand him, and I think he's terrible at his job right now announcing, he was, for the longest stretch, he was a wonderful baseball player. We cannot, listen, the Red Sox were right in the mix of signing him. I would have had no choice but to welcome him onto the squad. And you know what? At that time, yes, I would have welcomed him to the squad. You know why? Because of his production, one of the most feared hitters of his prime. In his prime, he was one of the most feared hitters in baseball. I think it really genuinely is time for us to be more open about it. I will be putting another video out about that, maybe even with some other people, just so we can get many ideas thrown into one, because there's many things out there, there's many ideas, many people have different opinions on this, but I am firm and stern on this. I think those guys deserve the recognition. They played the game, they went through the sacrifices, they went through everything, and they deserve the recognition. The numbers are there, the numbers are self-explanatory. Juice, tainted, whatever you want to say, I don't care. They deserve to be in the Hall of Fame as well. They need to be recognized for what they have done. It is history, and history should be recognized, and history should be rewarded. For everyone that made it through this longer video, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Like I said, once again, for your support. Please, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet and you're watching this video and you made it this far, subscribe. I'm telling you, it's only going to go up from here. I'm only going to get better at this. And it ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. I love doing this. I love just talking about it. It's great. Leave me feedback, guys. Once again, subscribe, like, share. Tell me what I need to do better. Tell me what you want to see more of. I take it all in consideration. I respond to all your guys' comments. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day, everyone.